You're watching Mugen TV RPG Haven. Experience a fantasy like no other.
Hey everyone, I'm back again with another Final Fantasy VII Remake discussion video. I wasn't really expecting to make another video this soon, but I thought it would be a cool topic for us to just talk about. And for starters, I just want to give my moderator, Derpy, credit for posting this article in my Discord. So if you're interested in joining my Discord, I'll post that in the link in the description below, or even in the comment section, I'll pin it and you guys can just click on the link and be invited. Now, in my most recent Final Fantasy VII Remake video, I gave my opinion on how I felt about the newly released gameplay trailer that was revealed on Sony's State of Play presentation. I made a statement regarding the voice acting of the characters, and overall, I thought their performance were pretty good, but I did give some criticism of Barrets' voice acting. Now, to feel about Barrett though, he sounds just like a generic stereotypical buff black guy, and I hope they tone him down just a bit because he sounds a bit too cartoony compared to the other characters. Now, to me, it was just a critique and nothing really to be outraged about, because I believe it's something that could be addressed as development of the game is still in early production, I assume. Well, it looks like Kotaku and many others within the Final Fantasy VII community was a bit bothered by it, and some even said they felt a bit uncomfortable regarding Barrett's voice. So I'm not going to read the entire article word for word because I'll post it in the description for you to check out for yourself. But to sum it up, Kotaku and many others are bothered by the depiction of Barrett's voice in Final Fantasy VII Remake. They say that some of his dialogue, I quote, reinforces Barrett as some kind of hyper-masculine cartoon, and here we go again with these buzzwords. And then the article continues, I quote, not a fully realized person, but a Mr. T facsimile full of weak bonmot. This depiction plays into the assumption people make about black men, not seeing them as full people, but as hulking masses of muscle that sometimes provide folksy wisdom. Now, before I go on to giving my opinion on all this, I want to also point out some of the tweets made about the issue. Kotaku's video producer Paul Tamoya tweeted, why they give my dude Barrett the wild Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder voice in the Final Fantasy VII trailer. Then the article goes on and talk about how Paul questions Japan's portrayal of black characters in general, and whether or not if the studios for the English localization have any black producers, writers, and directors involved. But this one concern made me laugh in the inside just a bit. It was a concern coming from Brandon Dixon, the creator of the upcoming tabletop RPG called Swords Fall. Now, it sounds like he's a bit angry about this issue. I quote, can a game for effing once just make the black guy normal for once? But enough about the article, and here's what I think of all of this. Does the depiction of Barrett's voice trigger me? No, not at all. My main issue is that his voice is the fact that his voice sounds too cartoony compared to the other characters seen in the trailer. I was more concerned with the tone of the game and its voice acting. I wouldn't even point it out if the rest of the cast sound as cartoony as Barrett, but that wasn't the case. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with how, in this case, the game depicts black men. I believe it has a lot to do with the shift and change of development of this game. As I said before, some of the voice acting were changed compared to the earlier gameplay trailers found in 2015. The previous trailer had a better depiction of him compared to the recent trailer.
We're paying you more than a few gil. You best be worth it. Okay, recruit. Let's move.
You're doing this for the planet, same as us.
Not interested.
Wedge. I'm here for you, to help take the load off your shoulders.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough.
Barrett is currently voiced by the black actor named, I'm gonna mess this up, Billingsley Lay. I'm gonna screw it up, so forgive me, but he voiced many popular anime and video game characters. He's a really good voice actor, and from what we can see from the trailer, this game is still in early development and was probably thrown together to present something to the public, so I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Now, as far as questioning whether or not black directors, producers, and developers were even hired behind the scenes of all this is ridiculous. It could help, maybe or maybe not. But Sage from Final Fantasy XIII was a well-written and depicted black male character and one of my favorites in the game. And as for Brandon Dixon comment about, can a game make a black guy normal for once? So I just want to say this. So are we going to completely ignore these black male characters provided here? Let's not pretend progress has not been made when it comes to the depiction of black people in video games. It's far from perfect, but we as a society has increasingly pushed forward to change our perception of people day by day. We cannot lose sight of that, because all it does is set us back and does nothing for the next generation of youth who's going to run the society. Me being a black man isn't bothered by this Barrett situation. I played the original, and even during the time of the original release of Final Fantasy VII, everything was exaggerated about the world and character designs. Voice acting didn't even exist in a Final Fantasy game back then, so you had to imagine how these characters sound. There was many times in the game, in the original version of Final Fantasy VII, where Barrett was a loudmouth cursing fool, and I imagine him that way during those instances where he expressed himself in that manner. But I can go on all day about this topic, but I would end it there. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, because it seems like nowadays anything developers do as far as games are concerned and how people want to be represented in games is creating this whole outrage mob, this whole outrage culture, and everybody's finding something to be offended about. And me being a black man, I didn't even get triggered by this at all, because I think it's really silly. And as far as people saying that, you know, especially today, as far as black men being depicted, I don't really see an issue with anything as far as black men being depicted today, because you could look at all the other characters that I've just shown in this video, that these black men aren't really stereotyped. They allow them to have powerful position, leadership roles, and carry themselves in a particular manner that is, I guess you could consider normal, how people would put it. So to sit there and say that there's no like existence of these type of black characters, it's really setting us backwards, and is letting the younger generation believe that our country or our society haven't evolved or haven't changed over the time, you know. And it's really bad. I think it's really dangerous. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below on this topic. How do you feel about Barrett's voice, and how do you just feel about the overall tone of the game and the voice acting in this new remake of Final Fantasy VII? So if you want to hear any other news concerning this remake, make sure you hit the like, add me, subscribe, pass the video around, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post more videos related to Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is MugenLord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.